This is Troy with I Go Salons, and in this live, we'll be doing a complete Facebook ads tutorial for hair brands and wig makers. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial, by the way. Also, if you'd like to learn more about my products and services, I'll leave a link to my website in the description of this video. We're going to wait a little while, maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, to see if we can get some people coming in. I did send out an email blast to my list. If you're just joining, let me know if you can hear the audio clearly. Also, put any questions that you have in the chat. If you'd like to see any specific, what I want to say, like targeting or anything like that, also put that in the chat. Let me know what you're selling, and maybe I can show you, what type of targeting you should be using. Hey, how's it going, Carlotta, Suki? Okay, yeah, the link for one-on-one coaching or the application for that is in the description of this video. So let's see. You need to target high-value women. So what we're going to do is set up a conversion campaign. As usual, I always recommend setting up conversion or catalog sales. These two objectives are going to be the highest quality traffic on the platform. So think of this from lowest quality to highest. And in the consideration stage, the highest quality is going to be lead generation and messages. Messages is going to be the highest. Traffic is going to be the lowest. So keep that in mind. So we're going to do conversion. Again, for those of you who are just joining, let me know if you can hear the audio clearly. Also, if you have a specific product you'd like to see like targeting for, comment that in the chat as well. So we're just going to name this test. Now for this example, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to turn campaign budget optimization on, and I'm going to show you how you can essentially, target different interests. But what you're going to do is let Facebook pick which interest that is likely to perform for you. So we're going to go, and we'll leave our budget at $20 per day. And we're going to go to one ad set. And let's see. I think we'll do this for the pixel. So for your pixel, your conversion event is going to be purchase. Let's see. So since this is for anyone who's selling human hair extensions or wigs, the first interest we're going to target is human hair extensions. Again, for those of you who are just joining, can you please like the stream, like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me yet. So I'm going to skip all of this. Dynamic creative is not important to us in this state. Offer is not important. Schedule, I'm going to leave all of this stuff the same. The only thing I'm going to change is the gender. So I'm going to go women. I'm going to leave my age wide open. I'm going to go United States. I'm not going to add any exclusions. And we're going to target human hair extensions. And notice our audience size is 130 million people. So we're going to deselect detailed targeting expansion. And that's going to give us our true audience size, which is 2.2 million. Human hair extensions for high value looks, women, Ava Cosmetics, products, and I have service. Okay, so I feel that there's no such thing as like targeting for high value women. Your content and your copy is going to do the targeting for you. It's not important what interest you use. But if we just have to go there, we can do human hair extensions, and we can narrow this audience by people who are interested in luxury goods. But what that's going to do is should shrink this audience. Not that much, so this isn't bad. So now you have a group of people who are interested in human hair extensions as well as luxury goods. But it really didn't take off anyone from this audience. So in reality, you literally can just target human hair extensions. Keep in mind your copy and your content. So your content should feature something dealing with luxury. Your copy should speak to someone who's interested in luxury goods. You could go just luxury goods in general. That's going to give you an audience size of 52 million people. So I'm going to show you how to test these theories. So we're going to go human hair extensions. So just for the sake of arguing. So we're going to do human hair extension plus luxury goods. So this is how you test these things out. And if we're just testing to see, you know, what's working, placements, interest, all of that stuff, we're gonna leave our placements on automatic. So this means our ads will show everywhere: Facebook, Audience Network, Instagram, Messenger. So we're gonna leave this automatic. And the only thing we're gonna change is our attribution settings. We're gonna change this to 1 day click or view. Okay, so our targeting is set up. Press 1 in the chat if you're following along so far, if everything I'm doing makes sense. We're done with our targeting. This is, you know, the hard part, I guess. So once we're done with this, we click next. And that's going to take us to the ad level. So in the ad level is where you actually set up your ad. So pick your creative. I would suggest doing 2 to 3 or 4 pieces of different content to see which content is going to perform best. So you go here, add your media, add image or video. Then you're going to do your caption or your copy. So let's say like in Carlotta's example with the luxury stuff, we could target people who are interested in, you know, hair extensions and Mercedes-Benz, essentially. So in our copy, we could call out to people who own Mercedes-Benz. So let's see. Let's see. Do you own Mercedes? Do you own a Mercedes and love to rock luxurious wigs? So we're calling out to women who own Mercedes, and we're calling out to women who like luxurious wigs. So we're essentially using our caption as a filter. Anyone who does not own a Mercedes or does not like luxurious wigs, basically is going to skip this ad. So you don't have to be this literal. I'm just doing this for example purposes and trying to convey the message that in your copy, you want to use your copy to kind of filter people out. That's the whole purpose of copy. Anyone who's not your ideal customer, you want to essentially tell them to skip your ad. And you're calling out to anyone who is your ideal customer. So this is a literal example, and you can test this and, you know, target people who are interested in hair extensions and people who like Mercedes. That's going to give you a good mix of people, women who could potentially own Mercedes. And that ad is going to be extremely relevant to them because, again, they own the Mercedes and they like hair extensions or wigs. We're offering 10% off to all women who own Mercedes for the month of February. Use promo code MERC at checkout. So here's an example of some copy you could use to kind of filter out people who are interested in luxury goods. So this is being more specific. Again, like I said, you're using your caption and your copy to do the targeting. And you could go as far as, if you own a Mercedes, like you in front of a Mercedes combing out the hair or showing off the bundles or whatever. So now you're super relevant to who it is that you're targeting. Your copy and content is relevant to who you're targeting. And I would go a step further. When I land on the website, the website is even speaking, in greater detail to people who own Mercedes and like wigs. So now you have this like nice cohesive experience, for the end user. So this is a literal example. Let me give you something else like more general. So this is where deep research comes into play when you're trying to figure out who it is that you want to serve. You have to talk to the pain points of people within your audience or niche. So one thing people are tired of within the hair space is trash hair. So you can say, hey, are you tired of trash hair extensions? So, hey, are you tired of trash hair extensions that only last 6 months? Again, we're calling out to a specific group of people. Within the human hair extension audience size of 2 million people, imagine 20,000 of those people are tired of trash hair extensions. So we're using, again, our copy to target those people, to single those people out. Tired of your hair shedding as soon as you wash it. So again, we're poking even more on these pain points that this potential audience could be facing. Y'all know from research, y'all know from y'all experience with hair extensions or wigs or whatever, hair sheds, bad hair sheds a lot. Trash hair usually lasts about 6 months or so, maybe one install. So you can literally keep calling out to these pains in your copy. Let's see. Tired of your hair smelling after you. So now I just called out to 3 pain points that our potential audience could be facing. So we've hooked them. Keep this formula in mind. I'm going to type it in the chat if I can find my mouse. Hook, story, offer. So this is the formula you want to use when you're writing any type of copy online. Hook, story, offer. So this is our hook. This is a big hook. We've called out 3 issues that this particular group of people may be facing. So we've hooked them. We got their attention. Now let's tell a story or provide some type of value. We were tired of these things as well. Now this is, I'm giving you like detailed copy right here. I don't even write copy this detailed when I'm running ads, but I want to give you a good example, and you can, use this if you like. That's why we started our own hair extension brand. Extensions that last. So now we're about to combat every issue that they may be facing. So we're about to combat the 6 months. We're about to combat the shedding hair. We're about to combat the smelly hair after it's being flat ironed. So that's why we created our own hair extension brand that provides high quality hair that lasts 24 plus months, that has minimal to no shedding, that does not smell if you apply heat. So now we've literally combated every problem that this specific group of people are facing in our copy. So we're pre-selling them. Now we're going to do our offer. And we're going to introduce some scarcity as well. So today only, we are offering 10% off to new customers that decide to try our hair. Use tap the shop now button and use promo code good hair at checkout. So there it is. Like I just gave you like probably the absolute best copy you could use to sell your hair. You're calling out to issues that they may be facing, and you're going to combat or provide some type of solution or position your product as a solution to the problems that they're facing. This is a lot deeper than just selling hair. Everyone has hair to sell. Everyone. But if you can position your product as something that solves a problem for the marketplace, and this is a big problem in the marketplace, trash hair, I think you'll see a whole lot more sales. So we have our hook, we have our story or our value, and we have our offer, our call to action. So that's what you're doing when you're writing copy. Press 1 in the chat if this is making sense. Hook, story, offer. That's how we write our copy. And for our headline is only going to show on Facebook. So on our headline, we can call out to them again, tired of trash hair. So again, we're just trying to stop someone in their tracks. So I'm not going to cover the content. You can, do your own content, however you like to do that. Again, content is about testing. I think, harder than content is going to be the caption, but I just gave that to you. 1 second. So now I'm going to show you how to test multiple interests in one campaign and, let Facebook do the heavy lifting and the hard work for you. So we have our copy done. All you have to do now is add your URL and add your photos or videos. Again, do 2 to 3, maybe 4 pieces of different content. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click these 3 dots and we're going to click duplicate. And we're going to do let's do 5 copies. Does anyone have any questions so far? Again, if you're new here, please like the stream, subscribe. Also, if you'd like to learn more about my products and services, the link to my website, igrowsalons.com, is in the description of this video. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different copies. So now what we're going to do is input some alternative interests to test what's going to work best for us. So if you sell wigs, so actually this is what I want to do. I want to do human hair extensions plus luxury goods, and I want to do luxury goods on its own. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to remove human hair extensions. So now we have luxury goods, and we're going to deselect detailed targeting and expansion. And now we have an audience size of 52 million people. So next I'm going to come to this one. We're going to take off luxury goods, and we're going to do suggestions. So the first suggestion that's related to human hair extensions is going to be wig. So we're going to click wig, and we're going to take off human hair extensions. And that gives us an audience size of 14 million. And we're going to come up here and we're going to change the name. Did I miss detailed targeting? Well, I'm covering. If you have any specific questions, you can go ahead and ask. But I'm covering the detailed targeting now. We did pick human hair extensions plus luxury goods as our first interest that we were going to target. Now we're just going back and adding some more. So we're doing separate ad sets. So we're doing one ad set for each interest. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have a total of 6 different interests that we're targeting. So we have one for wig. We're going to come to the next ad set. We're going to scroll down. We're going to do suggestions again. And we're going to do, this time we can do like lace wig. And we're just going to remove human hair extensions. We're going to remove luxury goods, and we're going to deselect detailed targeting and expansion. And now we have an audience size of 8.3 million people. So now what I want to do is step away from like the hair related interests. So we have 2 more to go. So now I'm going to do like some general. So we can do something like Cardi B. And the logic behind this is Cardi B is, known for her hair, for the fashion and all of that stuff. So within Cardi B has an audience size of 9.8 million people. Within this 9.8 million people, there are people who want to buy hair extensions. Does that make sense to everyone? Your targeting does not have to be literal. There are not a lot of interest for hair extension brands. So we have to think outside the box to try to get our ads or our business or our content in front of, the people that we're looking for. Out of these 9.8 million people that like Cardi B, we can say half. Half of the people within this audience needs hair extensions. If you sell hair extensions on a higher end, let's say 10% of these people within this 9.8 million people have high incomes. So 980,000 of these people make, let's say, 150,000 plus per year. So they want, the luxury products. We still can target them. Again, we have to be specific in our content and our copy to reach out to that luxury, the luxury group. So now we have one more. Take off this, and we're going to go general again, so we can do something like BET. Let's see. So let's do BET Awards. Actually, that's too small. Let's see. So you know what I'm going to do for this one? Like I always say, when you're running ads, it's always about testing. So in this one, since we only have 1.7 million people in this BET Awards interest, we're going to layer some other interests on top. So we're going to do BET Hip Hop Awards. We're going to do BET Hip Hop. And let's see. Let's do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And let's just throw power in there just because. So these are all, kind of similar for the most part. And it's giving us a 6.6 million size audience. So we're going to run with this. And we're just going to name this TV show interest. So if you look here where my mouse is or my cursor, we have one campaign and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different interests. So we have a $20 per day budget. So you can do whatever budget you like, $5, $1, whatever. What's going to happen is when you launch your ads, Facebook is going to figure out the best combination of interest and creative. So your actual ad, your image or your video. And it's basically going to feed the majority of your budget into what interest and image or video combination that it thinks is going to go out and get you some results. So we're basically giving Facebook a lot of variables to test to see which, specific combination is actually going to give us some results. Most people, when they run ads, they do like one interest, or they'll stack all of their interests into one ad set and do one ad, and that's it. That's not really enough variables for Facebook to really go out and figure out who they need to show your ads to. So what we're doing here is giving them a good range of interest and content to go out and test to see where we're going to get some results at. So this is how we'll recommend setting up these ads. Again, just to test, do $5 per day and let this run, maybe like 15 to 30 days to really give yourself ample time, give Facebook ample time and ample budget to see if they can find you a winning combination. Press 1 in the chat if this is making sense so far. Also, for those of you just joining, if you have any specific questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Yeah, so your budget can be whatever you like. I'm saying $5 a day because I know a lot of people aren't comfortable at $20 per day. And I would recommend, if you're just getting started with ads, go with a low budget. $5 per day over time. If you go $5 a day over 30 days, you would spend a total of $150. At $20 a day over 7 days, you will be at like $140. So kind of in the same range. The only difference is you only showed your ads for 7 days. If you can show your ads for 30 days, you're more likely to see some results because you have ads running consistently. My audience definition says no potential reach. Did you set the ads up exactly like this, or did you add anything to your custom audiences? I would say kill the ad when you have spent more than the sale. So if you're trying to sell something for $300 and you spent $300 and still haven't gotten a sale, that's when I would kill the ad. This is also your preference. One thing you have to do is kind of map out your numbers in advance and figure out what you're willing to spend on ads before running them. Me personally, I like to spend whatever the sale is. So if you have custom audiences, that's why it's probably not going to show. Let me see if I add a custom audience. So I'm going to exclude people who purchase. So yeah, it's going to show unavailable. Exclusions is going to be preference as well. I may sometimes exclude people who purchase, but that's about it. You may hear other people that say exclude, view content, add to cart, initiate checkouts, purchase, so you can have a true cold audience. Me personally, I usually don't mess with exclusions too much. Sometimes I test leaving out exclusions. Sometimes I don't. I don't really see, big difference. So that's why I don't really mess with it too much. I may only mess with exclusions when I'm doing retargeting campaigns. More than a sale, meaning more than the focus item that you promote in the ad. So it's saying unavailable. No, when it says unavailable, that doesn't matter. So not necessarily what you're promoting in the ad, but look at your average order value. So go in your analytics and see what people are spending on average on your store. If that's $250, have it in your mind to spend $250 to get that sale. One thing I can share for my clients whose average order value is in the $250 range, they're spending anywhere from $10 to $50 to acquire that customer in their business. So every $10 to $50 spent on ads, they're seeing the customer. Now, I must give some context around this. They have a solid conversion rate on their store, so their store is converting at a 1% or better. They also have purchase data on their pixel to see these consistent $10 to $50 purchases. So that's what I will say about that. If you're brand new, you don't have purchase data on your pixel, your store hasn't proven itself to convert traffic, you probably end up spending $100 or $200 or $300 to get that sale. So we can target interest and custom audiences in one ad. Yes, you can. So let me see if I can find you a quick example. So when I launch ads, sometimes I'll target everybody I can think of. So I'm going interest. I'm doing my custom audiences, everybody. Let's see. Okay, so here's an example. So this is an example where I said go serve these ads to literally everybody. So I targeted 3 different lookalikes. I targeted anyone who has engaged with my post in the last 180 days, watched 10 seconds of any video, watched 25% of these specific videos. I targeted the people on my email list, targeted anyone who has engaged with any posts, targeted the people who visited a specific landing page. So these were all custom audiences. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, as well as I went with the interests as well. So 1, 2, 3 different interests. So, I try to get in front of everybody. I did all genders. I did switch the age in this one since I'm B2B. But, this is an example of me targeting custom audiences as well as interest in one campaign. So I should set a lifetime budget of $300. Yeah, that'll work. I don't do lifetime budgets because let's say you are getting sales in your campaigns, you're stuck with that $300 lifetime budget. I mean, obviously you can create another campaign, but I don't do lifetime budgets for the simple fact, like I've seen companies that did lifetime budgets and they got extremely good results. But, after the whole entire budget was spent, that was it. And they tried to duplicate that same exact campaign and it was crickets. So that's why I don't like lifetime budgets. I always go daily budgets. Just do the math in your head. Or you can set your I would stay away from schedules and lifetime budgets. Just watch your ads. If you have $300 to spend, just do the math on it and figure out when you need to come in and turn your ads off. How long should we run ads before seeing results? That's not really a question that I can answer. It's just too many different variables. I can kind of give you guidance on what you can look for. So let's say your store converts at 1%. So you need to know your numbers to figure stuff like this out. So if your store converts at 1% and you're running ads and you're getting clicks over to your website for 50 cents. So every visitor you get to your website, you spend 50 cents. So that means you would have to send over 100 visitors to your site to get one sale. Press 1 in the chat if this is making sense so far. So you're running ads. Every click you get over to your website, it costs you 50 cents. Your store converts at 1%. So that means every 100 visitors you send over to your site, you get one sale. So 50 cents times 100 is $50. So that means every $50 you spend, you should get a sale. If you're running a $5 per day budget, that means in 10 days, you should see a sale. So that's how you map that out. This is not a time thing. This is not a money thing. It matters about your site's ability to convert traffic. It matters what you're paying for that traffic. There's not like a general, set amount you have to spend or a general daily budget. Not daily budget, but general amount of time your ads need to run. There are some other things at play. I just hit my pixel, so I'm trying to understand the data. So the only thing you want to pay attention to when you're running your ads, initially, is how much you're getting traffic, how much you're paying for traffic over to your site, and that's telling you what's happening on Facebook. So you have things that happen on Facebook and you have things that happen off Facebook. Off Facebook is going to be the things that happen on your website. So to see what's happening on your website, when you're looking at your data, you want to see that people are going to your site and adding products to their cart and at least initiating checkout. If they're doing those two things, that means your ads are being shown to the right people. Why my buying type says auction? I wouldn't worry about any of that stuff. The things that I covered in the tutorial we just did, those are the most important things. Don't worry about buying types and all of that stuff. Whatever that stuff is already set on, just leave it there. And it's an auction because you're in an auction. You're bidding against other people on Facebook to run ads or get your ads shown. But now we're talking about something different, and that's just too complex. Don't worry about that stuff. Good content, good copy, a good pool of general people to show your ads to, a website that can convert, good pixel data. That's what's going to see results in ads. All that other stuff isn't important. What if I did? You can do $1,000 a day. I'm not saying. So at $50 a day, if your site has proven itself to convert, at $50 a day, you should see one sale. And the example I just gave you, if you're paying 50 cents per click, at $50 a day, you should see a sale per day. In theory, this is not guaranteed. This is in theory. Stuff happens all the time on Facebook. Like, there are situations where my ads work at $5 per day, then I scale it to $50 or $100 or $200 per day, and they don't work. So you can test $50 a day. Test everything. All of these questions that y'all are asking, test it. Because there's no definitive answer when you're talking about ads. Like, not even close. I've seen the craziest things with ads that go against the stuff that I teach. I've seen people use no interest at all and get sales. My store conversion is a 0.5. I need 100K people to see my ads. How much money, daily budget, interest? How much money, daily budget on each interest should I spend? Why do you need 100,000 people to see your ads? Where's my phone? Oh, there go my phone. To get the amount of people needed to purchase to reach my goal. It would be better if you gave me your goal. Because without me knowing what you're paying for a click, it's kind of hard to figure out. So let me just give you some general numbers. So your store converts at 0.5. Just give me your monthly revenue income goal that you're trying to hit. So your store converts at a 0.5. And let's say you spend 50 cents per click to get traffic over to your site. So in order to get one sale, you would need 200 visitors. So every 200 visitors you get over to your site at 50 cents per click, you're spending $100. So first you have to figure out if you spending $100 to acquire a customer in your business is going to make you profitable. So you're trying to sell a $335 product. So in that $335, how much profit is in that deal? So this is going to tell you if you need to focus on ads or you need to focus on increasing the conversion rate on your store. For those of you that are listening on Clubhouse, I'm live on YouTube doing a tutorial as well as Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand and I'll pull you up on stage. So give me I need 30 people a month to reach. Okay, so at 30 people per month, let's do some math. It takes you 200 visitors to get one sale. So you would need 6,000 visitors per month to reach your goal of 10K in sales per month. So at 6,000 visitors times 0.5, you're looking to spend $3,000 per month on ads. That $3,000 per month on ads, in theory, should net you 10K in sales. Not counting the cost of goods sold, which is your product, you walk away with $7,000. So profit is 190. Okay, so now we're talking. So 90 times 30. So you walk away with $2,700. So you spend $3,000 in ads, on your ads per month. So that's $100 per day. That should net you $10,000 in revenue, in theory. And in that deal, you walk away with $2,700 in your pocket after you pay for your ads, after you pay for the cost of your goods. Does that make sense? So what was your original question? How much should I spend daily? So your daily budget should be $100. Does everybody understand how I came to these numbers? Is this making sense? So this is what I mean by you have to map out. These are called your KPIs, your key performance indicators. You have to map these numbers out before running ads. These numbers are going to tell you if your ads are going to work beforehand. If you don't know these numbers beforehand, you know you're essentially coming in blind. And when you're doing that, you usually turn your ads off prematurely, and your ads just don't work because you don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it. Are you saying no, you don't know how I came to these numbers? So if you can give me your store's conversion rate and how much you want to make per month, I can put these numbers together for you. Again, I need your store's conversion rate and how much money you would like to make per month. I also need your average order value. That's it. So your conversion rate, your average order value, and your revenue that you like to make per month. If you can give me those numbers, then I can put together, use my example again. Okay, I'm going to use her example again. So her conversion rate is a 0.5. Her average order value is $335. Okay, her average order value is $300. And her revenue goal is $10,000 per month. So essentially, she needs to sell, or she needs to get about 30 orders. Let's call it 30 to use whole numbers. So now we're going to reverse engineer how can she get to these 30 orders using paid ads. Yeah, I could. Okay, so we're going to assume that she's paying, let's use super whole numbers. We're going to use $1. We're going to assume that she's paying $1 per click. So her cost per click is $1. And her conversion rate on her store is 0.5. So that means every 200 visitors she sent over to her store, she gets one sale. So you multiply 200 times 0.5. And that's going to give you 100 or 1. It's going to give you a 1% conversion rate. I mean, it's going to give you 1 conversion. Marketing by we spoke about this past live, I believe. So in order for her to get 200 visitors to her site at $1 cost per click, she needs to spend $200. So every $200 she spends, she gets 1 purchase for $300. So she's exchanging $200 in ad spend for $300 in sales. Does that make sense? So now, since she knows what she's spending on traffic to get one sale and what that one sale is bringing her, now she can reverse engineer what she needs to spend to get $10,000 in sales. So in order for her to get $10,000 in sales, we're going to call it 9,000. She would need 30 customers. Since 30 times 300 is 9,000. So now we have to multiply 30 by the $200 in ad spend. So 30 customers times $200 in ad spend per customer gets us $6,000 in ad spend. So in order for us to hit our goal of $9,000 in sales, we need to spend $6,000 on ads. Well, no, actually in this scenario, she would be losing $10, I think. Her profit is $190. But if she spent $200 to acquire that customer, that has ate up her profit. And now she's spending $10, or she's losing $10. So in scenarios like this, where your numbers don't make sense or add up, you have to start figuring out what you can do on your end to try to make these numbers make sense. So she said she has a 0.5 conversion rate. One thing she can try to do is double her conversion rate, get it to a 1. If we can double her conversion rate, we can cut her cost in half. So if we double her conversion rate from a 0.5 to a 1, now instead of spending $200 to acquire a customer in our business, we're spending $100. And now instead of spending $6,000 to get $9,000 in sales, we're only spending $3,000. So now in this scenario, we're profitable because we're only spending $100 to acquire a customer. She has $190 of profit tied in to each sale. If she's only spending $100 to acquire a customer, she gets to walk away with $90 in her pocket. And $90 times 30 customers a month is $2,700 in profit per month. You do the math. I wrote all this on a sticky note. If anybody want to buy it, I'll sell it to you for $100. Yes. Okay, so let's talk. So she said to get conversion rate, up to 1% to cut ad costs. Yes, but that's not the only way we cut ad costs. So that's one way. That's going to be the best way because that's what we're in control of. We're also in control of the type of content that we're posting on, or that we're running ads against. So remember, I gave you $1 cost per click. That's kind of high. So if we work on our content, now we got to see why are we paying so much for a click? People are not really liking our content like that. So now we need to work on creating some engaging content. So we can go study what our competitors are doing. We can go to the Facebook ad library, and again study our competitors. We can go to the explore page, see what type of content is going viral, all of that stuff. Now we need to start creating more creative content, more engaging content to see if we can lower our cost per click. So let's say, we did our homework, we studied, and we have the ability to create very good content right now. And now when we run our ads, we're getting 50 cent cost per click. And we have the same conversion rate of a 0.5. Nothing. So nothing has changed on our store. Our conversion rate is still a 0.5, but we have lowered our cost per click. At a 50 cents cost per click, the numbers still go like this. Every 100 visitors she send over to the site is going to cost $50. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. So the 50 cents cost per click. Okay, we're still working with this 0.5. Okay, so it's going to cost us $100 still for a conversion. Here's why. So in order for us to get one sale, we need to send 200 visitors over to the store. 200 visitors times 50 cents per visitor is $100. So it's going to cost us $100 to get that conversion now. With that 0.5 conversion rate, it's going to cost $100 at 50 cents per click. So now if we create good content as well as increase the conversion rate on our store. So let's double the conversion rate on our store. Let's get our store converting at a 1%. If we double our conversion rate on our store, we cut our cost per acquisition in half. So instead of spending $100 per customer, now we're spending $50 to get that customer, to get that customer into our business. So let's run the numbers on $50 cost per acquisition. So she needs 30 customers to hit her goal of $9,000. So 30 times $50 to acquire a customer is $1,500 in ad spend. Every $1,500 in ad spend will net her $9,000 in sales. Is this making sense so far? Are we following along? So now, if we're only spending $50 to acquire that customer, she has $190 of profit in each sale, minus $50 to acquire that customer. She walks away with $140 per customer now. So 140 times 30. And now instead of making $2,700 per month in profit, now she's making $4,200. Do we see how I came to these numbers? So point being, if you want to lower your cost to acquire a customer into your business, okay, 1,500 at 1% instead of 3K at 5%. Yes, that's correct. So that's how you work numbers in advance to see if your ads are going to do something. That's why I say it's not always the ads. The stores that I see success with have good conversion rates. Their store has the ability to convert traffic into customers. The stores that I see that don't get any success with ads, their stores have terrible conversion rates. A 0.5 is something you can work with. A 0.1, a 0.08, you're going to struggle with ads because you're going to have to spend way too much to acquire a customer in your business. The only way you can make a 0.1 work is if you're probably getting traffic for like 10 cents. If you can get high quality traffic over to your site for 10 cents a click, you can make a 0.1 work. So no, we get to save some money in this deal too. So our total ad spend for the month is going to be $1,500. So we get to cut our daily budget in half as well. So now we're only spending $50 per day. So we get to save money and make more money. So yeah, these are the things you do to optimize and increase profits and things like that. We no longer have to spend the $100. We can cut our budget in half and make more money. So we do $100 per day. Now we're talking about $18,000 a month in revenue and $8,400 a month in profit with these numbers. For those of you who are listening on Clubhouse, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I'll pull you up on stage. You're listening to the audio from my YouTube live, by the way. So split 5 interest into 50. So the example that I just showed you in this tutorial, you can do your $5. Wait. So split 5 interest into 50. So no, you can do a daily budget of $50 per day, and you can do a campaign budget optimization ad, and you can let Facebook disperse your ad into the interests that are likely to perform for you. So that's one way. You also can do a ad set budget optimization ad where you set your budget at the ad set level, and you can do $5 per day on each interest. It's your preference. I've seen both ways work. But the example that I just gave you in this tutorial is where you do a campaign budget optimization ad and you let Facebook decide for you. So I just gave y'all a full 1 hour masterclass. Easy. Press 1 in the chat if you learned something today. Also, please like the stream and subscribe. If you like my personalized help, or if you'd like to sign up for my course, the link for those things is in the description of this video, or you can visit igrowsalons.com. Thank you. Actually, I might save this. I'm gonna save this video. Probably could sell this. But yeah, I definitely didn't think of doing these numbers like this. I probably should have drew it out to give y'all some illustration. But this is the important stuff. The setting up of the ads, that's easy. All you're doing is getting high quality traffic over to your site. But if your site does not have the ability to convert that traffic, you're just going to waste your money. So your focus should be on making sure you have a product market fit and that your brand, resonates with somebody, instead of having like a general store. Most people have like these general brands, and they're like, this is, I want to target luxury. I've been there as well. Like when we launched our hair brand, it had Lux in the name, but there was nothing really luxury about the branding. So we kind of we were essentially ignored by the luxury market. But if you can, position your brand, such as other luxury brands, study the luxury brands, the Louis Vuittons and the Hermes and those companies, and see what they're doing as far as marketing and positioning and those things. That's how I would tackle it. When you say the site has the ability to convert, how can it not? So your site, things that'll slow up conversions on your site are going to be your product pages not being fully filled out. So not having shipping policy, return policy, exchange policy, having terrible product photos, not having reviews, not having product videos. Go study. Let me see. Look at Yummy Yummy hair extensions. They have some really good optimized product pages, so very detailed on the description. Delivery, they have their delivery information all on the product page. They have a lint chart. They have exchange and return policy. If you scroll down, they have product videos. What else we have? We have reviews. So this is a very detailed product page. Everything on this product page, they have all the information on the product page that I need to make a buying decision. Another thing is, and also notice they have like real humans in their product photos. Um, it's kind of hard to get away with just pictures of bundles or pictures of wigs. So keep that in mind as well. We want to see the hair, the wig on a real human. If you can't get that, at least a mannequin, like the made up, dolled up mannequins. Another thing that'll stop people from buying is your website does not resonate with anyone. You just threw something together. So I see that a lot as well. It's just like it's clear when there's a brand that's in it for money, and those are usually the brands that don't make any money. You haven't done any research on the people that you're trying to serve. You're really you just have products and you want people to buy it. Those are usually the things. The sites that I see that get results, notice how clean this website is. It's easy to navigate. It's rare that you find, like a product that doesn't feature a person. Let's see who else we have. Indeed. Also notice the colors. The luxury brands that I'm aware of, they're usually like black and white. Are the ones that sell products on the higher end of the market. They usually use a lot of black and white. Their sites are very clean, very easy to navigate. So, study the companies that are doing this on the highest level. I have shipping policy return, some powerful detailed description. Yes, I resonate with me. Yeah, like when people visit, when I say that your site doesn't, resonate with anyone, when someone visits your site, they don't feel like they're at home. It's just like, whatever. It's just like a general store. I don't want to like show any examples, but like this site speaks to a specific group of people. Indeed has customers that have high incomes. Yummy has customers that have high incomes. There's a reason for that. If a high income individual lands on this site, I'm talking about everything from the text, like this font that they're using, the colors, the pictures, like all of that stuff matters. The functionality of a website, someone who has high income expects a certain experience. One thing that I've seen, brands that have customers with high incomes, like I said, their sites are usually like black and white. Usually, like 9 times out of 10, black and white. The lower end of the market, they use a lot of pink, or like pink and gold. So things such as colors matter. Just to throw that out there. There's a such thing as like a color that says luxury and a color that says, I guess, cheap. But I don't want to say cheap, but I've worked with brands, they probably did $100,000 per month. They're on the lower end and they use colors such as pink. So keep that in mind as well. Like the colors that you use on your site, that matters. The text, the font, all of that stuff matters. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? For those of you who are listening on Clubhouse, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I'll pull you up on stage. But yeah, if y'all don't have any questions, I can go ahead and wrap this up. But I just want to come on here and do this tutorial. I definitely didn't plan on going this long. But as long as y'all got some value, how do I get a consultation? I guess if you just need a consultation, I would DM for the link. But here's the thing, like I don't really offer consultations unless asked. The price for those is now $300 because I really don't like doing them. A better value would be the course, because in the course you do get the 2 weekly group coaching calls, and the course is a 2-pay, and it's $347. So I don't know, that's something you have to like juggle. If you just need one-on-one, I guess DM me. But I think value-wise, the course is a better value. What? None of that wild mess. Oh yeah. So it's sophisticated as pop. Let's see what a Louis Vuitton is doing. I mean, if you even look here, Louis Vuitton is black and white as well. So yeah, if you notice, these luxury brands, they're super simple on their website. When you're talking colors, definitely not seeing any pink. Nothing against people that use pink. I'm just saying, like, if your market is luxury, keep it clean, keep it simple. Do you do ad for a company that just started, has no sales or visitors, as freshly launched? No. So here's how my products and services go. For people that are brand new to ads, like extremely brand new, I would recommend my YouTube content. Once you have consumed my YouTube content, I would recommend my course. Those two things right there prepare you for like one-on-one coaching if you need it. But between my YouTube content and my course, that's enough to get the ball rolling as far as getting you some sales and getting traction. My one-on-one coaching and my done-for-you services are for businesses that are trying to scale. So businesses that are getting some consistent sales, but they want more. So that's how that works. So one-on-one coaching and done-for-you are, even my course really is for people who maybe are getting like 1 or 2 sales per month. You're getting something. Because again, I only want to work with people that I can get results for. And I work best with people who are already getting sales. Because if you're not already getting sales, you usually have a branding issue. And I don't do branding. So that's why, it's kind of set up that way. So, if you watch my tutorial and you set your ads up and, you get like 500 visitors over to your website and you still don't get any sales, that's a sign that something's wrong with your website. That's a sign that you have a branding issue. Your colors are off or something. I want the done with you. So done with you is currently $1,800. If anyone was wondering. But yeah, like as I get people results, as I really hone in on a system that's repeatable, which I'm pretty much at, my prices are going to increase, or they're always increasing. Like, I don't know if you anyone follow me on Instagram, but this isn't the last done with you. So everyone, probably like 50-60% of the people who have applied the course are getting sales. The other 40%, they haven't. I don't think they've done anything. They just like purchased the course. Probably about 50% or better of people who have done with you are seeing results. The one who has seen we have two people who have seen like super significant results. Well, maybe more. Like I'm talking like 30, 40, $50,000 a month. And I recently just shared a lady who did my done with you, and she has a service-based business, so she does like microblading, the permanent makeup and that stuff. And she's doing like, she went from like, I think she said she was getting like one customer a week, so now she's doing like 3 or 4 customers per day, and I think she's doing about $8,000 in sales per week. So, as I get results like that, things like that drive up the value of my services. If you do my service, I'm making you an additional $30,000 per month, it's definitely worth a whole lot more than $1,800. But yeah, study your competitors, study your market, and try to implement as much as possible from these other brands into your brand. And if you like to check out what your competitors are doing as far as their ads, go to the Facebook ad library and you can search your competitors, and you click on all ads, and it'll give you an idea of what they're doing for content. Since I launched, I got 1 sale per week. Yeah, that's really good, because most people don't see a sale in their business like in half for like 6 months. Quick question: can you explain how to exclude a custom audience? Asset target interest, please. Sorry for the outside level all your content. Miranda, man. Yeah, so in your ad set level, so this is the campaign level. This is the ad set level. We're going to scroll down. And you're going to find this button that says exclude. And you click on that. And here is where you exclude your custom audiences. But it slowed down. If your sales slow down, that means your traffic is slowed down. If your store converts at a 0.5, that means it always converts at a 0.5. Regardless if the sun up is or the sun is down. So the issue is the amount of traffic you're sending to your site. So you need more traffic. Did you slow down on posting? Did you slow down on your engagements on Instagram? Miranda, did that answer your question? So your posting and engagement Well, no. Check. Excuse me. If you're only driving traffic from Instagram, check to see what your traffic is looking like. Your engagement could have stayed the same, but your traffic could have, like fell off. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this live up. I'm about to hop on Instagram Live. So if y'all have any, still have questions, come join me on Instagram.